And that's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Morning. Right, where do we start? Angela Rayner versus Rachel Reeves. Leaked memo. We're going to be talking to the journalist who broke that particular story about what that tells us about the conflict which is at the heart of the Labour Party.
Major rift at the heart of government. The two most powerful women in the government.
Yeah, and we just want to pay tribute to GBNews' resident stuntman as well this morning, Eamonn, who unfortunately fell off his chair this morning. Believe me, he's not the first person to have fallen off the chairs in this building.
I think we can take a look at it. Here we are, Eamonn.
They're supplying this service. I want to see what that service is, and I don't want my water to be polluted.
And this is where, I think reform will do very well, as they did with the Scunthorpe Steelworks. So they came directly to say, that's an area government needs to step in, that's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
OK, forget it. Fine. Just carry on.
And so, look, there's...
Welcome back. Good to see you again. Especially good for me to see you again. I am still alive, there are very wonky wheels on chairs that we've got here. As a matter of fact, we don't really like the chairs full stop, do we?
They're a bit slippy and slidey, aren't they?
They're a bit slippy and slidey, and I've slipped and slid off mine there. Not the first guest to have done so. We've had a few. They have to remain nameless because they're well-known people, but they've hit the floor really badly, quite frightening, and it was a bit of a shock for me because I've had a fall in my bathroom 2 weeks ago which hospitalised me, and that hit me again right in the back and really sore.
You okay?
Don't know if it all works or not, but we'll find out. Anyway, Charlie Riley believes that it was some government agent that came in.
Yes, they heard us talking about them in such passionate terms. Yeah. I think somebody, just when we were talking about the power of the state, the power but we're all good now, so...
Yeah, so glad you're okay.
Are you in favour of brushing your teeth, and if so, how often?
I love brushing my teeth, and I'd brush my teeth probably 4 times a day.
But we're on the same camp there, Ellie. I will brush my teeth before breakfast, after breakfast, and it possibly...
Have you brushed them yet, Tim?
I've brushed them twice today. In fact, I think I've even brought a toothbrush with me.
I do that as well.
Yeah.
I think
that's... At least mouthwash, exactly.
That's
how do you stand on mouthwash?
That's bordering on something else.
Bit of OCD. But at least it's clean-smelling breath OCD.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good thing. I get really paranoid about having coffee breath because that's what I drink. See,
my vicious circle is that I've started to not eat before midday. So I'm doing this intermittent fasting, which then for me is that I will have coffees all through the morning to keep myself
But what's that got to do with brushing your teeth?
Because you have coffee breath. So then I think, I need to clean my teeth again and again.
Oh, I think this is just preposterous.
Well, what do you do?
Once a day.
Really?
In the morning.
Just only the
once a day, and my teeth are perfect.
You have got lovely teeth.
Actually.
Thank you.
Apparently, if you overbrush, though, you're getting rid of
black
the
coffee,
enamel.
black tea.
Yeah.
Well, enamel's one of the quiz question. What is the toughest part of the body? And it's enamel on your teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
And we're probably brushing it all away, Tim.
But at least we smell nice.
But
ideally, you should brush before you have breakfast, according to this new study, right? Because you don't want to brush after you've had something acidic, because it has a softening effect on the tooth enamel that you were talking about there.
How often do you brush your teeth?
What?
How often do you brush your teeth?
Well, I take them out at midday.
Somebody brushes them for you.
No, I would think probably about 3 times a day.
Oh, so you do it quite a lot as well?
Yeah, but I'm not like you. I don't take them out and have 3 sets of them and say, which one will I wear now? Have these in, whatever.
I am quite obsessed, yes.
Mouthwash is bad for you as well, can I just say?
Don't say that.
Absolutely.
It is. It's really bad for you.
Especially if it's blue in colour.
I know.
I've got one of those bottles in my handbag as we speak.
Have you had your teeth whitened?
Yes.
I have.
Yes. Well, there you go. That's why they're so nice and white then, you see.
Nothing to do with the brushing.
Well,
look, these two are going to be back sparkling with the newspaper review in 40 minutes' time now. Let's talk about with Claire and Tim here. We're going to talk to them about shoplifting, which we all are aware is on the rise. And I was hearing today on the radio that Greggs, who sell sausage rolls and sandwiches and whatever, are having to take big steps, Claire, to protect their stock.
Can you really believe this? They're having to remove the sandwiches and take them away from the chiller cabinet to put them behind the tills because people are walking in as you like, choosing what they want, and then walking back out without any self-checkout and without paying for them.
I've witnessed it myself.
Ridiculous. So
But the government thinks they should tax us more.
Oh, stop it. Even what they should do is bring back tills, bring back people behind the tills, bring back conversation in supermarkets, and bring back the ability for people to load their shopping onto a conveyor belt and pay for it.
I completely agree. And I'm going to put my hand up as a former ex-Blue Peter presenter. I have been known
Here's one you made earlier.
Here's one I've probably not admitted to before, but we both live in a certain part of West London.
We do.
We go to the same supermarket. There's many a time I do the self-checkout myself and I get home and something is spoiled or something is broken and I'm not going to take it back. The strawberries got mould on. I'm not going to schlep back in. So what I will then do is the next time I go, I will monitor what cost that would have been to me that I've had to throw away. And I won't pay for the bag, the plastic bag. I'll get my 30 pence
controversial.
back. Well, Fingers Vincent is something that strikes in West London.
You're going to be caught on a CCTV camera now.
I'm still reeling over the Greggs. Nothing in Greggs is more than £1. How could they possibly be worried about it?
It's because they can, and they get away with it.
Do you ever go in a motorway service shop, though, and look at the sandwiches? They're about £5 each now.
That's true.
You should have a security tag on a tuna sandwich.
But you were saying there's some shops you can walk in, there is no need to actually scan anything.
Amazon shops, there's one in Richmond that's near us. If you walk in and you're an Amazon Prime member, you just click your phone and you go, and I've done this. You get your basket, you put everything in, you put it in the bag and you walk out. You don't see anybody, you don't declare anything, but there's that many cameras. They film every single thing that's gone in and it just comes up on your Amazon Prime account. You've bought £3, £2.
But that is so scary. I mean, we are definitely...
It's convenient, though, isn't it?
No, if it's right.
If it is correct, that's absolutely right.
And the other thing is, I have to say, I've never done any of these self-service schemes. Never. I think it's not my job.
Yeah.
They're not, Tesco, whatever, aren't paying me to pack their groceries. What am I doing it for?
But Tim, apparently we're a nation of self-checkout thieves.
Yeah.
Large numbers
But
of people...
you're putting temptation in front of people.
Yeah,
That's
failing
the whole point.
to scan at least one item per visit. And I was talking to a girl at the weekend who was saying she loves to pinch things from the self-checkout and she honestly gets a thrill from it. She's got plenty of money, well-paid job, just gets a thrill from throwing things in the bag.
I think that's just ridiculous. And not only that, you have to pay for your bags as well. If you're doing it, at least allow a bag.
And they're not for life. They're not for life.
No,
they
they're
don't
not.
last that long.
But you can take them into the shop and get them swapped.
Can you?
That's the whole idea, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to do that.
Everybody's thieving. The Mail's reporting today that Meta has turned the UK into the home of the fraud. So bank boss is saying that social media people have been urged to do more to address the whole problem here.
Do you know how much money a minute is being fraudulently taken from?
No.
£2,300 a minute is being taken by people in this country due to fraud.
Now, this is from your bank account.
From anything, from some apps that you might have. You've bought into some, apps that you have to buy things or anywhere that holds your data.
Is you're liable.
You're very, very much on the back.
Well, then they can't complain about it because
they're
pushing the technology. They're pushing...
I'm all for technology, but it's all or nothing. And my issue is, look at the amount of banks that have disappeared from the high street. Yeah. And we're dealing with your money. You want to go in to be able to see somebody and say, look, I want to transfer this money to here, and this is safe. I'm seeing somebody, like you say, there's a culpability, I know your name, and it's done. That's all gone there. So everybody's reliant on doing it online, and of course scam artists are going to seize on all these vulnerable people.
Again, a call back to cash. Why have we forgotten cash? Cash is king.
Yeah,
Claire, I have to say, when I was at school, there was a trustee savings bank 2 doors down from my school. And I remember every Monday, I used to work at the weekend in a bar, and every Monday at the weekend, I'd be able to take 10 shillings and put it in my bank account. But I was aware of what a bank account was, what I was doing, and it gave me a whole sense of feeling and belonging, and to get a book that they'd stamped and they'd put the amount in it, and that was incredible. I remember things like Christmas clubs. You used to see, you used to go and you put 2 bob in a week to save up for toys or whatever for Christmas.
Yeah.
But once we lose that connection through technology, that's what you say about, I think technology is invisible. There's no ownership of it, really.
But it's technology is fantastic until there's a problem, and then you can't get hold of somebody, and you're passed around. I'm having a problem with Scottish Power at the moment about a bill. You can't speak to somebody.
No,
when you do,
possible.
you explain the situation. They said somebody will get back to you, and then you never hear from them. And then the email comes back having ignored all the problems that you've had.
And talking about self-checkouts, I was in a supermarket the other day, and it's 90% self-checkouts. Quite a small supermarket. They all went down.
All of the tills.
All of the self-checkout tills went down.
But look what Marks and Spencer's are talking about now. What is it, 300 million? They're saying it's costing them.
That's 2 sandwiches.
And it's going to go, and it's going to last until July. It's going to last until the summer. But yeah, we're all queuing for this one manned till.
Well,
we all
let's
needed
go back
cash.
why don't we go back to independent sellers as well, of fruit and veg, of butchers,
market stalls.
fishmongers?
Well, you know,
et cetera,
Claire,
et cetera.
they all say, and they'll mock you and laugh at you, and you say, oh, the old days were better, or this was better, whatever it is. I can think of very little. I mean, Tim's very good. He's saying he praises the technology and whatever. All I know, Tim, is, as you say, when something goes wrong, and I try and phone anybody or get in touch, I get this lie repeated to me. Your call matters to us. Please hold the line. We're experiencing
and the plinky plonky music.
Yeah, it's a lot of rubbish. They don't care. They haven't hired anybody, and when they do, they pass you somewhere in the world where they don't speak English. So it's ridiculous.
I'm trying to change my my TV media package at the moment.
Yes.
And I'm out of contract, but to try and actually terminate it, I think I have to send a letter wrapped around a brick and throw it through Sky News's window.
Well, I'd say the only difference is if you phone and say you're going to cancel, you'll get a response.
Yeah.
But that's the charade, isn't it? We all
bluff,
pretend that we're going to counsel, and you don't really want to counsel. You just want a better deal.
It's the only way it'll be taken
seriously.
You're having a tough time with companies over that.
I am, I'm, that's why I steal.